I guess you're looking for something to do. Well, come with me and let's find something in this apartment to do. Still got a lot of work, but I'm thinking we can try to refinish this tub. So let's refinish it. It'll take a while. I have to prep it first, and I'll show that to you. Let me set up. I'll head back with you guys. Alright, so you guys make sure you got proper mask, because when you sand your knees, there's the dust particle, they fly all over the place. And I have the window open and the fan blowing that way, so make sure I have proper ventilation. Alright, now I got it all prepped up. We're gonna start painting it with these tub and tile. So I'm gonna start spraying it out. Usually I put blue tape, painter's tape around it. I'm not gonna worry right now because we're gonna end up repainting it anyway, the wall. So just start applying. Make sure you take a can. Proper ventilation again. You got your window open and I got a fan blowing this way. Of course, you got a proper mask. So let's try applying our first coat. So what I do, I just go in motion like this so it goes evenly. So we're looking good on that side. I gotta go around on this side of the wall of the tub. Alright, you guys, I got the first coat done, and then came back after lunch and this is what it looked like. So now I'm going to put my second coat. So we're going to do the whole thing, and I'll show you the finished product. Okay, second coat done. So that's what it looked like now. Looked like a brand new tub, ain't it? So I'm gonna let it dry for a few minutes, then I'm gonna set up the tub surround that goes around the wall of these tubs. So let me go set up and I'll get back to you guys. And the tub surround I'm using today is the Delta Pro Series. That's what it looked like. So that's alright. I got the first piece that goes under the window. All I had to do is just trim it, you know, as long as it fit under that window sill. It'll be alright. Then we're gonna put a glue on that first one right there. Make sure you use the tub surround glue. So what I do is I just put glue around the edges first. Don't squeeze a lot of glue on there because not gonna do good. All I need to do is just a little bit. That's all I needed. Just so. And then what I do in the middle is I just zigzag it. Zigzag pattern, that's all it is. Alright, so we got our first panel. It goes in one side of the tub wall. So we'll start on that side of the wall. So what I do is, see the edge of the tub right there? And then just slowly push it in. Alright, I just worked on the second panel here. All I did is just trim one side around the edges of the window. Make sure these, sometimes the maintenance install it upside down this way. The other way around, that's not going to work. So make sure you have this side where the soap dish is. So I got that cut off. Now I'm going to try to do one side. Make sure it's flush all the way. So as you can see, I like to do it on the daylight so you can see the shadow where you'll be able to, you know, mark it and cut down. Then once we cut this down, we're gonna have to do the glue the middle panel first before we're able to put that side, and glue this side of the panel before we could glue this side of the panel, the corner ones. So I'm gonna have to mark that. You can see where the shadow is, right? I'm gonna have to trim. So let me trim that, then I'll get back with you guys. So how I trim it is I use these red ink. So I put my mark and it's up on the wall, and then I just use the straight edge of these and you know, just cut it with a utility blade or a knife. If if you have one. Make sure your blade is always sharp, so when you cut it, you don't have to press a lot. You just need to score it a couple of times, and then it will snap just like that. And there it is. Alright, so after you trim all that and gotta test it, make sure you're tight, you're in there. Alright, so we got that second side panel out. So now, you're also gonna make sure you mark where that middle panel is, which I had it marked there on that side. So now we're ready to put this middle panel and just make sure you're right on that mark. Alright, we got that second middle panel glued in. Now, I had that mark right there and right there, and then I just wrap, paper towel and just press it to the wall. So that glue ain't going nowhere. It's glued in. But also remind you that this panel came with plastic sheeting. So make sure when you glue the side panel, if you don't take that plastic out, it's not going to get glued right. So make sure you pull it out, as so. So when you put glue inside there, it will stick together in that panel, not with the plastic. So now that's ready to glue it in on this side, because we need to put these side panel before we could glue that one. Okay, I got these glued back. We're ready to put in that corner. Now remember to pull the plastic, as I had pulled it out already. So make sure you got it pulled. If not, it ain't gonna be no good. So you gotta put these things slowly. What I like to do is I like to put it in like an angle, as so, before I try to push it in. Yes, like that. Then I have these paper towel, and I like to push it in. Compress that glue in there, so it ain't going nowhere. Just press it to the wall. That's how it is. Get in there. So I got the shower side glued in. All I did is just made 2 round notches for the spout and for the actual shower handle. And then I got this one side glued in. I glued, and I'm going to glue it into the wall just to make sure you pull plastic again. Don't just, forget that there's a plastic there. So what I do again is go sideways. As so. And just like that. And we're in. Get your whatever you had, paper towel or piece of cloth. Just make sure you press on it. Press on the glue to the wall. And there it is. Pour some plastic. Show you guys what it looked like. All right, looking good. So now all we had to do is caulk around the edges of the tub, put the hardware on, this cushion, the handle, the spout, the overflow plate, and the cover for that drain. Then replace that shower head, recaulk underneath and above that window seal, and then we're going to put something here in the corner like a piece of molded. But it's looking good, ain't it? But again, I still got to finish the floor, put the toilet in, put the vanity in, and probably replace these medicine cabinet. I'm gonna have to ask the office. If not, probably just refinish it also. So there it is, folks.